Hare Krishna. Summary of Canto 4, Chapter 19. King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifices. King Prithu initiated the performance of 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas at Manu's place called as Brahmavarta, where the Saraswati river flows towards the east. Indra could not tolerate these great sacrifices of Prithu, thinking that King Prithu would excel him. In Prithu's sacrifices, Lord Vishnu, who is Yajnapati, who is Bhagavan himself, who is Hari, Ishvara, who is the Sarvatma, Sarvaloka Guru, and whose Prabhu, the proprietor of all planets, was personally present. Brahma, Shiva, other demigods, and their followers would come along with him. Upon his appearance, the Gandharvas, Apsaras, and the great sages praised the Lord. The Lord was accompanied by the Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Daityas, Danavas, Yakshas, and the chief associates like Nanda and Sunanda, who are his personal associates. Then Kapila, Narada, Dattatreya, and the Kumaras, who were always eager to serve the Lord. Various gifts were offered in that sacrifice. The earth supplied all kinds of desired objects like the milk-producing Kamadhenu. Rivers supplied all kinds of tastes. Trees produced all types of honey and fruits. Cow supplied sufficient milk, curd, clarified butter, and other necessities. The oceans offered all types of jewels and pearls. The mountains offered 4 kinds of edibles. The planets and their lords offered various gifts. Prithu, who was completely dependent on Lord Adhokshaja, was enhanced by the Lord's mercy in these yajnas. However, Indra was extremely envious seeing Prithu's opulences. Therefore, he wanted to create impediments in the sacrifice. Indra is known as Shatakratu, which means that he has performed 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas. When King Prithu was performing 100 such yajnas, Indra became extremely envious and he didn't want anyone excelling him. When Prithu was performing the last Ashwamedha Yajna, this envious Indra, being invisible to everyone, stole the sacrificial horse in the dress of a heretic, which made people think adharma to actually be dharma. Atri Muni saw this and he informed the son of King Prithu about Indra's trick. Prithu's son immediately followed Indra in great anger to kill him. However, seeing Indra in the fraudulent dress of a sannyasi with matted locks and smeared with ashes, Prithu's son considered him to be a religious person and did not release his arrows. When Prithu's son returned, Atri again instructed him. He told him, "Kill this destroyer of sacrifice. Indra is behaving like the lowest of all demigods." So Prithu's son immediately began to chase Indra, who was fleeing through the sky in great haste, just like how the king of vultures, Jatayu, chased Ravana. Indra immediately gave up his false dress as well as the horse and disappeared from that very spot. Prithu's son, that great hero, brought back the horse. Seeing this great act, the sages named him Vijitashva, he who has won the horse. But powerful Indra stole the horse again by creating a dense darkness in the sacrificial arena. Thus Vijitashva chased Indra again and again, whom Atri pointed out in the sky. But seeing Indra again in the dress of a sannyasi carrying a staff with a skull on top, Vijitashva still did not kill him. Again ordered by Atri, Vijitashva angrily aimed an arrow to kill Indra. Upon seeing this, Indra gave up that horse and the false dress and became invisible. Vijitashva again brought back the horse. Since that time, some foolish people have adopted the dress of false sannyasi like Indra, who was not killed. Foolish people, seeing how Indra was not killed, accepted that dress with a desire to attain some siddhis, and they tried to steal others' wealth and so on, while hoping that they would also not be killed. Whatever different forms Indra accepted for stealing the horse, they all became symbols of sin, and people who accepted those forms became known as Pakandas or Pashandis. When Indra adopted those false sannyas dresses, people's mind became attracted to such disguises, thinking that They, in the form of going naked, wearing red garments, and speaking sinfully, was actually true dharma. Seeing Indra introducing such pseudo sannyas orders, King Prithu, who was very powerful, angrily took up his bow and arrows to kill Indra. Seeing this, the priests requested Prithu. They said, "O great soul, don't kill Indra. According to Shastra, only sacrificial animals can be killed in a sacrifice. Indra's power has already been reduced because of these actions. We will call him here by Vedic mantras and forcibly offer him to the sacrificial fire." Thus advising Prithu, the priests are prepared to offer oblations into the fire in anger. But at that moment, Lord Brahma appeared and stopped him. Brahma told the priests, "You should not kill Indra because Indra is a part of the Lord's body and the yajna is meant for the demigods and they are a part of Indra's body. Observe that Indra's attempts to obstruct the sacrifice has resulted in disruption of dharma. If you oppose him any further, he will further misuse his power and introduce many other irreligious systems. Let there be only 99 sacrifices for Maharaja Prithu." Brahma said that by his blessings, Prithu will become more famous with 99 sacrifices than Indra with his 100 sacrifices. Brahma told Prithu, "Prithu, you know what is to be gained by performing sacrifices. What is greater than liberation? What is the use of so many sacrifices when you already know the path of liberation? Therefore, give up your anger. Both you and Indra are parts and parcels of the Lord. Therefore, you should not be angry with Indra, who is non-different from you. Do not worry about the incomplete sacrifice. The angry mind of a person who meditates on that which is thwarted by providence enters into dense darkness of materialistic thought. Stop the sacrifice because it has induced the stubborn Indra to introduce so many religious aspects. Even amongst demigods, there are unwanted desires. People in general will be carried away by following these attractive, sinful activities that have been introduced by this Indra. You have appeared from Vena's body as an incarnation of the Lord to protect religious principles when they were almost lost. Therefore, considering the purpose of your incarnation, immediately stop the pseudo-religious system that is created by Indra. So like this, after being advised by Brahma, Prithu abandoned his eagerness to perform yajnas and with affection he went and made peace with Indra. Prithu Maharaj then took his Avarbrita bath and received benedictions from the demigods who were extremely pleased with his glorious activities. Prithu then offered all kinds of rewards to the Brahmanas with great respect. Being satisfied, these Brahmanas gave their heartfelt blessings unto him. They said, "O mighty king, all the assembled people, the Devatas, the Pitris, the great sages and so on have become very satisfied with your dealings and charity towards them." This ends the summary of Canto 4, Chapter 19, King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifices. Hare Krishna.